Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out in the Nerdery. This episode will ask and answer the question, was it fate that brought the Punisher and I together? On the third night of my work trip, I was scrolling through channels in the hotel and came across The Punisher with Tom Jane. Of course I watched it. It's a great movie and also has sci-fi goddess Rebecca Romijn. On the very next day, I stopped into a Target and saw this 2-pack knocked over on the bottom shelf. I immediately grabbed him and sprinted to the register. Tell me that wasn't fate. The Punisher was created by Jerry Conway, John Romita Sr., and Ross Andru. He made his first appearance in The Amazing Spider-Man number 129 in February of 1974. Check out the box together. Middle of the box has Marvel Legends series and Marvel the Punisher logo. If we go left to right, you can see 2 machine guns, a shotgun, Frank Castle himself with a real beat-up face, a Viking helmet, another Frank Castle head sculpt, a machete, a bat, and then that epic motorcycle. The top of the box has the Punisher logo and a real nice gash running through it. At first I did a double take and I thought, oh, maybe I will buy it. And then I said, you're crazy! And the next thing I knew, I was sprinting towards the cash register. The side of the box has a drawing of Frank Castle sitting on his motorcycle, ready to dispense punishment. The back of the box has some really nice toy photography of Frank Castle. Starting in the upper left-hand corner, you have the Punisher and his description. Frank Castle rides through the night, dispensing brutal vigilante justice. Yes, the gods are pleased. The right side of the packaging says Marvel Legends series and has more toy photography of Frank and his bike.
No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Frank Castle's alter ego, the Punisher, is created after the deaths of his wife and children who were killed by the mob. He definitely will employ any means necessary to dispense punishment, as you could see by his wide variety of accessories. He's not out for justice, he's not out for revenge, he's going to dispense punishment. I love this guy. Wow, dude, first impression out of box is just frack yes. Man, dude, this is the Punisher figure I've always wanted. I mean, it's just like a classic Punisher look. He is jacked too. I am so impressed with this figure just upon looking at it. Dude, that is a face, man. So it looks like he just got back from dispensing some punishment and took a little of his own. You can see a gaping wound on his forehead that's bandaged up. He has bloodshot eyes, tape over his nose, another gash on his cheek, gritting his teeth. Oh man, dude, somebody put a lot of love into this face. So if I bring him up close, you can see his receding hairline, and his dark black hair is slicked back all the way through. The head has very nice range of motion up as well as down. You can touch his chin to his chest. However, very, very minimal side to side. Moving down to his shoulders, he has a strap over each with pouches, probably for ammunition or other accessories. And he is so jacked that his t-shirt can't even cover his bicep. For dude this jacked, he has excellent range of motion with his shoulders. Not quite full butterfly joints when you look in the back, but I think that's outstanding for a figure this big. 360-degree rotation at the bicep. This figure keeps getting better. Check out the pinless elbow joints and how awesome it makes the toy photography look. Dude, and look at this. That is outstanding. He can easily touch his face, and it looks like he's thinking or scratching his cheek before he's about to stick you in the back with a popsicle and make you think like he's hitting you with a blowtorch. All right, checking out the hands, he's got the fingerless boxing gloves from the 80s, and each hand comes with a trigger finger. You have 360-degree rotation and inflection up and down, which is pretty cool for all the weapons he's going to be carrying. Gives you a lot of options for poses. Say about the torso, except iconic. They didn't need to do anything else. Just a ruffled shirt and the Punisher logo. Looks a little worn. I love it, man. They nailed it. You got a cut at the torso and a swivel at the hip. And I just think it's perfect. It's simple and it's perfect. When you flip around to the back, the black shirt continues with the straps crossing across the upper back, and you can see wrinkles in the shirt on the lower back. Moving south, we got Frank Castle's derriere. You could see the pockets with stitching detail. That is really neat. And then you can see more ruffles in his pants. He does have ammunition clips on his thigh, bringing us around to a thigh cut, which is appreciated. And then he also has a double knee joint with excellent flexibility. His pants are like a shiny black. That's pretty... I wonder if that's supposed to be leather, man. It probably is, because he's the Punisher. He's not only is he going to beat your butt, but he's going to do it wearing leather pants, so you feel real bad about yourself after. That's if he leaves you alive. And then he's got black boots with shoelaces and tread on the bottom. Excellent detail. Excellent. I think he's going to stand real well because of that, too. How about you guys? Moving on to the bounty of accessories, we have Frank Castle's second head sculpt. This one you can see his blue eyes. He does have pink circles underneath them. You can see a scuff mark on his left cheek. Has the same receding hairline and slick back hair. So this must be what he looked like before he went to dispense punishment, and the other head sculpt is after. Moving on to weapons, we have this baseball bat in his fist. Both his fists are pretty tight, so this one worked in relatively easy. I think he looks awesome holding it, and because he has such great inflection with his wrist, oh dude, you can just kind of like that, like he's just balancing. Oh man, look at the flexibility of that. So it looks like he's just balancing this on his back, and he's threatening you with the machete. And speaking of machete, if you look at the handle, it's wider than the bat, and it's flat. So you really do have to open up his hand just a little bit and then work it in there. This one has wrist inflection. Ooh. So this is neat. Left wrist has wrist inflection back and forth in contrast to the right, which is up and down. That's even cooler. We have the larger machine gun, and this slid into his right hand really easy, and then that you have nice inflection up and down with. This is the sawed-off shotgun, so I could fit it into his right hand pretty easy. However, I could not get the trigger finger in, but it actually went in perfectly with the left hand. So I love that. We got machine gun with the right, sawed-off shotgun with the left. Sawed-off shotgun, hand on the pump. High five to whoever can name the 90s band who sung that. Taking some photographs of these action figures and want to give you guys a quick note. The sawed-off shotgun should definitely go in the right hand. It took a little maneuvering, but I finally loosened up and got it in. The reason why is because this hinges up and down, so when you're posing him, you need it to hinge down. On the other one, it only hinges back and forth. All the poses look like the shotgun's tilted up this way, so it absolutely needs to be hinged down like that. Rounding out the accessories is the smaller machine gun. Oh my god, dude. That looks like Kurt Russell's in Big Trouble in Little China. Okay, that is amazing. And this is my new favorite accessory simply because of that. I love that movie. How about you guys? I really appreciate all the accessories Punisher comes with. I love that you can have machine guns, you can have a sawed-off shotgun, and I like that it has a bat and a machete too. What would you guys do? There's really no right or wrong answer here, and I think it has so many accessories I can just rotate them through over time and get to enjoy all of them. Let me know which two you guys would start off with in the comments. I think I'm going with this right here. Over the years, the Punisher has picked up many accessories, whether as Guardian or Mystical from Doctor Strange, or this phenomenal Viking helmet. Oh, dude, that is awesome! The helmet is a shiny metallic silver with brown horns. And then you have a miniature ridge of horns going up the middle of it, and you can see his eyes peeking through, and then his chin. I believe the Viking helmet is an ode to the recent Punisher Kill Crew series that came out in 2019. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend you check it out. I really appreciate this detail that you can see his eyes through the mask. That is amazing. Dude, look at the jawline and the grimaced mouth. And then the eyes look like they're staring through your soul. He's deciding what type of punishment you're about to receive. There is no other option but to wear him with a Viking helmet. Let me know in the comments what you guys would do. Alright, let's see how the Punisher scales with some other big figures. Here is Thor Ragnarok. So Thor comes in taller, but Frank is, man, he's thick like Thor. That's pretty impressive. I love it. I also want to compare them to another large figure, Warpath. Link to that review is below. So Warpath is supposed to be 7'2". I think he's short for scale, but he looks pretty cool next to Frank, and he definitely is dominating over him and Thor. Alright, next up is the Cosmic Ghost Rider, which actually comes in shorter than the Punisher. I guess as he aged, his bones degenerated. I don't know. Venomized Punisher. I actually got him for my Marvel Unlimited subscription. If you have the higher end version of it, they send you one figure a year. So he scales actually real nice next to Frank, but he is the same height. So I would have thought the Venomized Punisher would come in a little bit taller than him, but they scale real nice together. I think it's pretty sweet. And I also love the Venomized Punisher's logo. What do you guys think? Scale comparison is Doctor Strange. I really like how he scales next to the other figures, and this actually looks like a pretty cool group, man. I wouldn't mind if they went out on an adventure together. But thrown in Doctor Strange because I love when Frank Castle gets tangled up with the mystic arts. I always think that yields a really interesting comic book. Punisher's bike comes in two pieces, the bicycle and the handlebars. The handlebars have a speedometer sticker in the middle with the Punisher logo. That's pretty sweet. And then there's your grips and your handbrakes. It has two clips on the bottom and an opening right here. Are you guys ready to take on the challenge of assembling this motorcycle? Now watch, I'm totally gonna goof it up. No, I didn't. I did it. Awesome. Here is the Punisher's motorcycle in its full glory. I am really digging these figure vehicle 2-packs. I have Cosmic Ghost Rider, which we will scale him next to amongst other figures here in a second. But this is a beautiful, beautiful bike, and it screams like 80s Punisher to me, man. Starting with the tires, you can see it has tread on them, and the wheels move. You have a tire cover. You have a front light with two turn signal lights. Coming up mid-bike, you have the gas tank, the engine, and it comes with this kickstand. This has lots of ripples through it to simulate leather, but it is hard plastic. You have another tire cover. There is something here for a thread, but I don't know what it's for. It's probably just the mold, I'm guessing. And then this tire has tread and moves as well. And then you could see brakes or covering on the outside. And then you have more lights in the back, two exhaust pipes, and the license plate, which is PNSH 616 or Punisher Earth 616 for the 616 Marvel Universe. What a glorious chariot for the Punisher. Here's Frank Castle with his bike. Dude, you want to talk about being made for each other. Look at that 2-pack combo. I haven't even put him in yet, so let's see what he looks like. You have foot pedals there. Oh, dude. So the Punisher doesn't have to use handlebars because his thighs are so strong he could steer the bike with them. Helmet, sawed-off shotgun, Jack Burton's machine gun, the jet black bike with the leather pants, the gun show, figuratively and literal, and then that Viking helmet. This is an amazing find, and I'm kind of shocked I didn't pre-order it now that I have it. It was fate that brought us together. Evidence number 2, on the last day of my road trip while I was driving home, I stopped at the GameStop near my house and picked up Punisher War Machine, and I got him for $19.99. You tell me it's not fate. Start off with Frank Castle from the far out future, the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and his Cosmic Cycle. Link to my Cosmic Ghost Rider review below, but I think it's one of the best figures of 2020. So let's see how they look compared side to side. Appreciate a similarity between the handles on the bikes and that they both have exhaust. The Cosmic Ghost Rider is a little bigger because it does have the power Cosmic. But man, I think I'm going to put these next to each other in the Nerdery. I know I'm new to YouTube, but I'm going to make a bold claim. I might be the only channel comparing Squirrel Girl and her scooter to the Punisher and his motorcycle. Let's take a look how they scale together. I do really love the Squirrel Girl figure and scooter. This is my daughter's. Thank you, Lily, for letting me borrow it. I think it looks pretty sweet, man. Actually, I think we're starting like a bike gang here. All right, let's add at least one more to it. Coming up is Retro Black Widow's motorcycle with the MCU movie Black Widow. Thank you again, Lily, for letting me borrow your toys. So I think she looks pretty sweet. And I appreciate, man, I can't believe the scooter looks about the same size as the bike, but that makes sense. Black Widow's like weaving in and out of cars, down alleyways, jumping off roofs. Where Frank's is, he's just driving down the street in the 80s with a shotgun on his shoulder ready to dispense justice. So that's going to be a bigger bike. And then the Cosmic Ghost Rider and his cycle are traversing the cosmos. So it makes sense that it's larger than any of the other vehicles. Let me know in the comments what the name of this bike gang would be.
I have no doubt in my mind now that fate brought us together. My final evidence is the immense joy this figure brought me after many unsuccessful stops this week, and how that joy multiplied as soon as this 2-pack was unboxed and placed in the Nerdery. The toy gods have smiled upon this quest. Do you guys get as excited as I do when you have an epic find that was unexpected like this? Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the noble quest of building this action figure collection. I appreciate you spending time with me in the Nerdery. See you real soon.